Yes, good morning. Today's experiment, that is experiment number 4, is to determine the dissolved oxygen content of the given water sample by Winkler's method. Solutions required for this experiment are Na2S2O3 solution, that is sodium thiosulfate solution, alkaline iodide azide solution, manganese sulfate solution, concentrated sulfuric acid, and starch as indicator. The theory of the experiment is that this is a type of iodometric titration in which Mn2 plus is oxidized to Mn4 plus, which oxidizes potassium iodide to iodine, and the liberated iodine is titrated against sodium thiosulfate. Following reactions take place in this experiment. Manganese sulfate, which is one of the reagents, manganese sulfate combines with potassium hydroxide and gets converted into manganese hydroxide and K2SO4. Then this manganese hydroxide combines with the dissolved oxygen present and gets converted into basic manganic oxide, MnOOH whole twice, and then basic manganic oxide, MnOOH whole twice, in the presence of sulfuric acid gets converted into manganese sulfate, H2O, and nascent oxygen is released. This nascent oxygen in the presence of sulfuric acid liberates iodine from potassium iodide. This reaction shows the liberation of iodine, and this liberated iodine gets adsorbed over potassium iodide and forms a weak complex of Ki3. Here iodine is titrated against sodium thiosulfate, giving sodium tetrathionate and sodium iodide. So actually this experiment is based that oxygen, that is dissolved oxygen in water, is in molecular form, O2 form, which is a non-reactive substance. So this oxygen is to be converted into nascent oxygen, which is highly reactive, and this nascent oxygen replaces equivalent amount of iodine from potassium iodide. We determine the iodine liberated, and iodine liberated is equivalent to the amount of dissolved oxygen present in the water. So this actually is the theory of the experiment. Now let us take the procedure of this experiment. So first of all, you will prepare the sodium thiosulfate solution, and as you have prepared in the previous semester, in the same manner you will prepare the sodium thiosulfate solution. And this sodium thiosulfate solution is not a standard solution, primary standard solution, so it is to be standardized in the same manner as you have done in the previous semester, that is by using standard potassium dichromate solution. So for that we will take N/80 standard potassium dichromate solution, and its 10 ml will be transferred into a washed conical flask. 10 ml of standard potassium dichromate N/80 is transferred into a washed conical flask. Now add 1 or 2 drops of concentrated sulfuric acid into it. Followed by adding 5 ml of 10% potassium iodide solution. Now titrate it against sodium thiosulfate using 1 ml of starch indicator. The end point will be the disappearance of this blue-black color. So this shows the end point of the titration. Note down the volume of sodium thiosulfate consumed and repeat the same titration to obtain a concordant volume of sodium thiosulfate consumed. Now the second step of this experiment is to take the water sample in which we have to determine the dissolved oxygen contents. So for that, a dissolved oxygen bottle is taken. Dissolved oxygen bottle, its capacity is 300 ml. 300 ml. Now from this dissolved oxygen bottle, which is filled up to the top by the given water sample, remove 5 ml of the water sample to adjust the volume after adding 2.5 ml each of manganese sulfate and alkaline iodide azide solutions. We have added 2.5 ml of manganese sulfate as well as 2.5 ml of alkaline iodide azide solutions into this bottle, and carefully put the stopper to avoid the presence of any air bubble inside the bottle. You will notice that a brown colored precipitate has been formed. Now shake this bottle well. Now keep this bottle undisturbed for 5 minutes so that the precipitate formed may be settled down. You can see that the precipitate has been settled down. Now dissolve this precipitate in minimum volume of concentrated sulfuric acid by keeping the bottle inside the sink. Add few more drops of sulfuric acid if the precipitate is not completely dissolved. Now you can see that the precipitate is completely dissolved. Open the bottle and transfer 100 ml of this solution into a conical flask with the help of a pipette of 50 ml capacity. So you can see here that 100 ml of this solution has been transferred into the conical flask for titration. Now add 2 or 3 drops of starch indicator into it. You will see that the color will be changing to blue-black. Now run down sodium thiosulfate solution from the burette till the disappearance of this blue color. So here you will notice the end point. Note down the volume of sodium thiosulfate consumed and transfer again 100 ml into the conical flask and titrate it in the same manner as you have done in the previous titration. Note down the volume of sodium thiosulfate consumed and take the average of the two. Now by these readings we will make our calculations to get the amount of dissolved oxygen present. Regarding the calculation, let us assume that the component volume of Na2H2O3 consumed for various titrations, that is standardization and determination of dissolved oxygen. We have performed 2 titrations. So first of all, let us assume that for the standardization of sodium thiosulfate, volume of titrant consumed is Vml, and number 2, for the determination of dissolved oxygen, the volume of sodium thiosulfate consumed is V1 ml. By these volumes, we will firstly obtain the actual normality of sodium thiosulfate, and for that we will consider this normality equation, that is N1V1 equals to N2V2. Here we have considered it for potassium dichromate K2Cr2O7, and here we have considered for sodium thiosulfate. So you know that normality of potassium dichromate is 1/80, and we have taken 10 ml of potassium dichromate. Normality of sodium thiosulfate is unknown and volume consumed is V ml. So the normality of sodium thiosulfate will be equal to 1/8V. Now the dissolved oxygen present will be calculated by this formula or this equation: volume of sodium thiosulfate consumed multiplied by the normality of sodium thiosulfate multiplied by the equivalent weight of dissolved oxygen, then multiplied by 1000 divided by 98, which is the volume of the solution taken. Though we have taken 100 ml of the solution into the conical flask, but initially we have removed 5 ml from the bottle, 5 ml of the water sample from the bottle, and it was made up by adding 2.5 ml of alkaline iodide azide and 2.5 ml of manganese sulfate. So in place of taking 100 ml water, we have considered it as 98. So here the volume of sodium thiosulfate consumed is V1. Normality of sodium thiosulfate, as we have calculated here, is 1/8V. Equivalent weight of dissolved oxygen is 8. 1000 divided by 98 will be equal to X ppm or milligrams per liter. So by this we can determine the amount of dissolved oxygen present, and here the most important precaution which you will be taking during this experiment is that the air bubble inside the BOD bottle should be avoided. If you notice air bubble inside the bottle, then it can be removed by adding any of the 2 reagents. Thank you.